Okay. Yeah, as you can see, I kind of have to improvise with the whole watching the episode thingy, but well, Rarity takes Manhattan. First of all, I broke my microphone. May or may not have broken it, but I cannot find out while I'm here because limited equipment available. So, but at the time I'm going to upload this video, I will probably know more. So check out what AnY Pony has to say. How's my microphone? Okay, good to know. Anyways, yeah, Rarity takes Manhattan. First of all, a Polski episode and a Rarity episode. Interesting mixture. What really got to me, this wasn't a fun episode. I mean, usually Polski only does very, very humor intense episodes, and this one wasn't. I mean, there were a few jokes, and there were a few jokes that reminded me that I'm watching a Polski episode, but it was all in all a rather serious one, and if he wants to, he can really write interesting episodes. I mean, what was especially interesting, the main conflict of the whole episode, the idea that Rarity has to question her own generosity. I mean, holy crap. Discord was the last one to actually manage the elements, to question the element, and okay, then on the other hand we get this kind of throwback thing with Applejack and Rainbow Dash, like, hey, I know that honesty is your thing, but okay, this was a little bit too much, but I mean, I still haven't come around to get all my criticism on Rarity as a character out there, but every now and then I kind of throw in a bit that my main problem with Rarity is that I think the whole generosity thing is misplaced. And hey, ask Lauren Faust, she wanted to make her creativity or inspiration or something, but it was too complicated for the stupid kids of today, so we made her generosity. And this problem with her character crashing with her element has always been kind of an issue, and this was one of the few episodes in which I really feel like, holy crap, I get it. I get how the generosity on the one hand and the very much self-centeredness of Rarity work. And in this episode, through this challenging antagonist Pony she knew from back then, her generosity, her whole concept of generosity got challenged, and she instantly got the backlash, and she realized it herself. I guess Voice of Reason will be pretty happy, since he hates it when characters have to get the message told. And no, she completely realized everything by herself, and she even reached her final conclusion, her callback to her original intention. She reached it even before she got her payback. Okay, admitted the whole solution that the assistant of the Mini McMini Pants is going to switch sides, or you could see it from a mile away. From her very first presentation, she always had this sad puppy dog look on her eyes because she was treated so mean, and it was so obvious. But hey, it is, after all, it is a kids show. Nevertheless, it was not like that the assistant came to her and she was like, oh my god, now I see the error of my ways. No, she saw the error of her ways by herself, and then, as a payoff, as finally been proven right, because at this point she just did it out of rediscovering herself. She made this whole arrangement with the theater costume guy, so just that her friends can see the show. I think this is rather good writing. So now let's get into nitpick territory, because in general, yeah, good episode. It had a song. Oh, song! How could I forget to talk about the song? Song. This is a song that has everything. I mean, it's a typical MLP song again. It has more to offer than Hearts Are Strong and Horses. That song, I liked it, but it was kind of hard to put somewhere, because it was not really a song you go down the street and that's no. It was interesting as a song, but not a song for your own playlist. This one, can't wait for the remixes. This is a strong song on itself. It has enough to offer, as we are used to by MLP songs. And holy crap, they really have their reprisals down by now. I mean, the reprisal at the end was with turning it into a sad reprisal. I mean, with Hans as Strong at Hoof, we had this da 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 at the end when they go down to save the day, and this time we had a reprisal the opposite direction. We had a reprisal that was more subtle and sad, and yeah, it's interesting twist on the whole thing. I like that they do this. Now let's get a little bit into the nitpick territory. Okay, really ultra nitpick. And Spike, as always, got kind of the short end of the stick, but he wasn't played down too much. You actually see him be a little bit begrudged by the whole situation when he has to carry all the stuff, and he's like, oh god damn it, and then he gets a little treat, and they kind of keeping going, so that was nice. And of course, by now I guess it's not really worth mentioning it. Yes, another episode with all 6, and I still like it. Yes, it is that often when there's a focus, many of the main 6 don't have a lot to do. But I like seeing them hang out as a group of friends. It makes it really believable that they are this kind of close group of friends. We had episodes in the past where the presence of all 6 felt really forced, and by now it is more like they are all there. Not everybody has something meaningful to say or to do, I admit this. I mean, but it's nice to see that they are there and they get their 1 or 2 lines. They are not just standing there like a background pony, so I don't know if I'm even going to address it every time from now on. So when they were really in need to get to the whole thingy for Rarity and get Rarity there and get the costumes there, there was only one thought on my mind, except of might the generosity pay back? No, I had one thought on my mind, and it was, Twilight, you can teleport. What's the matter? You can teleport, and you can even teleport people alongside you, so Twilight, goddammit. And of course, again, she being a freaking princess and she can't even get a cab. I mean, I am still thankful that it is not all about her being a princess all the time and shit. She is still a rather normal pony. But in the past, many people complained about this aspect, that she is so unprincessy and that nobody recognizes her. But now we are in a big metropole. And nobody has a clue who she is. If a daring do doesn't recognize her on sight, living in some kind of out there region which has its own problems, but this is one of the big cultural centers of Equestria, and they don't recognize the princess, really. Talking about big cultural center, Rarity called Mainhattan the most glamorous city in Equestria. I mean, what happened to Canterlot? Wasn't Canterlot her center of style and glamour and stuff? I can't remember her lines from the first episode, but in the very first episode, when she hears for the first time that Twilight is from Canterlot, remember what she has to say about Canterlot back then? And now Manhattan is the center of glamour? Eh? And of course, there's something doing the reprisal. Wet mane Rarity. I see a panda flying my way. So yeah, this were my first impressions of Rarity Takes Manhattan. I really liked it. I was surprised by a serious Polsky episode. Pretty much all complaints I had were nitpicks. And so, wow. This is AnY saying see you soon.